President Trump's attorney, Alina Habba, is here now with an update. All right, so tell us a little bit more about this filing that just dropped.
Sure. I think it's to be expected that we obviously have questions about the Department of Justice having their own filtering system to go through taint, as they call it. I don't know. Would you want the Department of Justice going through your boxes when they're investigating you? So what this calls for is what needs to be done. We need an impartial, that means not Republican, not Democrat, impartial special master to go in there, take a look at what they seized, give back to the former president what is rightfully his, things that are clearly declassified, things that are also privilege, attorney-client privilege from when he was in the White House, things that he should never have been seized. The passports, we shouldn't have found that out after the fact. The problem is we have this incredibly broad warrant that should never have been in place in the first place. We have the magistrate judge, who we know was affiliated with Epstein. He went and signed this document, didn't care how broad it was, and now we have a problem. We've got documents where we have no identification, no idea what they have, and the former president didn't have a passport for a while. I've never heard of this in my life.
Yeah, you can't have crooked cops rifling through evidence, planning evidence. I mean, they have a history of planning evidence and doctoring evidence. You just can't trust them. You have to get this stuff out of their hands. But the filing also added some new details we didn't know. And when the president went down there, when this biased Department of Justice official was down there in the basement. What did he say? He said, like, you guys don't even really need to show me this stuff.
No, he honestly, he was so cooperative. He said, whatever you want to do, go in there. He walked in, said hello. Here, show them this. They said, oh, thank you. You didn't need to show it to us, but we appreciate it. Hey, put an extra padlock on it.
They were sandbagging him.
Sandbagging him. They were basically saying, we're going to set it up, in my opinion. They were going to set it up to look like he was hiding it, not thinking that the former president or his legal team would actually say, hey, whoa. What are you talking about? We let you in. We let you in February. We let you in January. You told us we were good, and then you didn't communicate with us for months, and then you send in 24 FBI agents?
And he's trying to back channel, we're hearing, with the attorney general, trying to lower the temperature and say, hey, guys, whatever you need, this is for my library. No. Who cares who has it? The archives, the Mar-a-Lago people. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, Jesse, that's a really good point, and I have to hone that in. The former president, Donald Trump, is the biggest support of police, FBI, DOJ, whoever it is that is working for this government. He loves this country. So the fact that people are trying to now say, oh, his lawyers and the right-wing media and everyone are trying to somehow incite some, they're January 6th-ing us.
Yeah.
I'm not going to have it because he wasn't. He's supportive of it. In fact, he would not release the identities or the pictures of the FBI agents that would be on property. He would never do that.
He wouldn't release the tapes
of
the raid?
Only under seal and to protect the FBI agents, because that's not his interest. His interest is to protect the agents, to protect the police, as we know.
Right.
But they'll paint us differently.
All right. Thank you so much, Alina.
Thanks, Jesse.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.